Beautiful day, beautiful soul. Welcome back to Love, Peace, and Happiness Tarot. I'm your hostess. I go by Melinda NailFanatic. I'm that colorblind, ambidextrous, artistic, creative entrepreneur, nail slinging, singing, dancing tarot reader that you love to be tuned in, tapped in, turned on with. So we're back to do today's episode of the download. This message is timeless, but whenever you find it is when it's by divine design that you should. I want to thank you for the growth on the channel, to all of you who are returning, for recommending us to your friends and family and such. For all of you who are new, thank you for joining us. We had some questions come in. Most of those answers, or the means to get those answers, you're going to find that all in the facts below the video, so check it out. Okay. Remember, if it resonates, pick it up and run with it. If it doesn't, leave it where you found it. The decisions are always up to you to make, so make them responsibly. And many blessings to you as you wish them on me. I also want to offer an apology. I sent out a message last night that my intention was to do a live chat. Yeah, that didn't work out. Clearly, that did not work out. But we're back to do the episode of the download. And yeah, so here we go. Let's see what we have for today. We're going to start with Quentin's Oracle. I know it's your favorite deck. You keep telling me how it's your favorite deck is Quentin's Oracle. And as a matter of fact, while I'm sitting here, okay, they said keep that one. I'm like, okay. While I'm sitting here doing this message off camera here, Quentin is busy drawing more cards for our deck. So what do we have here? Is two people sitting at the table. Two people sitting at the table. And these images in front of them at the table are reminding me of one of the cards from the download. It's the card of patience during your wait will prove your readiness. And it has the stones, the balance stones that people do during their meditation. Quentin is here. I feel like I'm supposed to ask him, what is this picture? Quentin, come stand right here. Don't touch that so it doesn't bump the camera. What is this picture? Can you tell us quickly about this picture? Speak up.
There's pancakes they're eating.
Oh, they're pancakes that they're eating? Who is it at the table?
You and Mom.
Okay, it's me and my daughter eating pancakes at the table. That's what he drew. Okay. So there's a mother and daughter having a meal together. That's what okay, so mommy and grandma having pancakes at the table. They remind me, though, of the stones, and I still see two people here. I hear there's a waiting game going on, a waiting game, and it's coming through as a game. So let's keep going and see what else is revealed in today's message. We have our miniature custom words of clarity deck. Thank you, Septina, for being our first commenter today and moderating the show in the beautiful way that you do. Loving the way you moderate for me. Kat, so grateful to have you back. We're going to get these words of clarity, the words of clarity as our points of focus, our advantageous points of focus, to allow the ever-present, ever-ready flow of love, peace, and happiness in our life. So what is our focal point to allow more love? Thank you. Oh, decide. We must clearly decide what we want, okay? And focus upon what is the decision that you have made, and I hear and following through with the decision that's been made. So you've made a decision, okay? Sticking to your decision, honoring your decision, and that is going to be, why is this decision working for you? Why is this right for you? What's a word of clarity for peace, please? Why is this decision right for you? Why did you choose this decision? How is it a good decision? And why do you believe in this decision in the first place? For peace, in the place of peace, we have happiness. Look at that. So to allow more peace to flow in our life, because it's already there. It exists. We just need to get in vibe with it. Focus on the things that give us happiness, okay? Happiness. And in the place of happiness today, what is our focal point? to allow the natural flow of happiness that is available for us today. What word of clarity do we have? Hold on. None of that came out. Let me fix this. Okay, here we go. What is, so there's that. Something didn't come out the way you wanted, so you had to fix it. Okay, happiness, focal point, share. So our focal point is, what do you have to share? And what has been shared with you. I also get, with the share coming out in the focal point for happiness, I feel like there's a message of guidance there for us to share our experiences that make us happy. It's like, you're going to talk about something. Why not talk about the shit that makes you happy? Why are you going to talk about something that upsets you? Why are you going to talk about somebody who did you wrong or something that didn't go right or blah, 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 fill in the blank? There's saying focus on that happiness. The bottom of the deck is intense. So I feel like I'm hearing intensive training. You've been through some intensive training recently is what I'm being shown. We're going to get a card from the download oracle. That just flew right out. Should I keep this? Yes. Okay. So that's the one we're going to keep then. Let me fix these. Looking all scattered. Okay. Wow. Okay. So for some people, I have too much stuff on my desk, but I love the stuff on my desk. For whatever reason, that needed to be said. Okay. Everything for everyone. So this here, we have an explosion of color. This is Soul Clap. This is my Soul Clap card. I remember when I got this download about this message here. It came through. I was so excited with the conversation I was having as I was coming in from my vehicle through the garage into the house. Thank you. We have another card. Okay, save it until Grandma's done with the show, baby. And then you could tell me about it, okay? Oh, he put it on my desk. Okay, so the Soul Clap card. I was having a great conversation. It made me very excited. And my hands were full. I didn't have any hands to clap with. It's like I feel my soul clap because my hands are full. And then I was like, what about those people who don't have hands? Because, there's people without hands, right? I bet they feel the soul clap. Anyway, so that's where this oracle message came from. So in happiness with what my grandson said, a mother and daughter having pancakes together. I need to write that down. I need to write it down so I can remember. Mom and daughter eating pancakes. Look, pin. I think the oils from my hand, your hands have oils, right? So ladies, if you get your nails done, do yourself a favor. Make sure you wash your hands good before you get your nails done, because your hands have natural oils in them. And just like after you've rubbed your hands all over this paper, it doesn't accept the ink as well. Like your acrylic will last better if your nails are clean. And a lot of you ladies have this habit when you get your nails done, you want to touch your nail beds and stuff. Stop doing that. Stop doing it until your nails are completely covered with top coat. Stop touching your nail beds because you make your nails lift. I'm just saying. And you need all the help you could get with these nail techs y'all be going to. If you ain't coming to me, I know what to tell you. I forgot to put pancakes. I'll just leave it. I'll remember to write pancakes later. Anyway, so it's a mother and daughter eating. And then here we have a sharing happiness, right? And it makes your soul clap. So I see here some sharing that's happening that really just delights your soul and uplifts you. And then Quentin came and brought us another card for the Quentin Oracle. So I'm going to set this over here so he can tell me all about what this image is later, because I've decided what I need to start doing is getting his take on what he has created and putting a little note. And then I can still, of course, channel whatever I receive about his drawings, which to me was two women working on a project and bringing their own balance and patience to the table. Thank you, Janelle, is complimenting my setup. Thank you. I appreciate that. I love my setup, and that's what matters. Now, have I told you guys about the things on my desk? Like this piece of wood. Oh, God, what's it called? It's not sage. It's thistle. I can't remember the name of it now. Shoot, I have it written down somewhere. Anyways, I got it from the desert when the girls were stuck out in the middle of the desert. It was like that comedy movie where there's 4 hot chicks stuck in the middle of nowhere and the tow truck driver doesn't come. Then they'll die. And so, yeah, it was one of those situations. And God said, go find the gifts from Gaia. And so one I got was this piece of wood that I use, which I've met a person. I had a client one time who saw it, a picture of it, and she knows, but from the look of it, and I have it written down somewhere, that it is one of the most ancient trees in the area that predates the modern. In other words, it's BC era time, before Christ. And so I love it. And it was a gift from God. I thought it was beautiful, and it fits beautiful on my table. The other one was this stone back here. When I seen this stone, it was glistening in the sun. And then shortly after this whole situation unfolded, I came home, and I had a second cousin visiting me from out of state, and her boyfriend's children. One of them studies geology and was able to identify that stone. He said it was majorly comprised of quartz crystal, which is why it looked like diamonds laying on the floor in the afternoon sun. And then there's some feldspar in it, he said, and I can't recall what else. I don't have that written down. Wish that kid would come back and tell me again so I could write shit down. This is why you write things down, so there's a message in that. For someone, there's a very significant happening today, a very important conversation. They're saying make a note of it somewhere. You'll want to remember the date. Something is happening of great importance, and you'll want to remember the date of today, because it makes your soul clap. So this is like, have you yet started your happiness grimoire? Okay, fine, I'll go get mine. I don't write in mine as often as I should, because stuff happens in my life so quickly that if I spent time writing everything down, I'd spent half of my life writing. However, I was recently guided to grab my book out and write in it again. So what I wrote about was the crystal sphere. Did I tell you guys about this yet? How it materialized from out of thin air. I bought 6 of these this last trip to Sedona. I bought 6. I gave 3 away. I gave 1 to Anna that looks just like this. I gave 1 to Anna. Rich reminds me I need to get in touch with Anna today. I gave 1 to Anna, gave 1 to Hector, gave 1 to Bubba. The other 3, see, this pouch was my mother's coin purse, and I still have it. And inside of here, I have some things. I have my mother's bracelet, and I have my obsidian, and I have the 3 crystals that I purchased in Sedona. Oh, this one's got stuff on it from inside the bag. But you see there are 3 there. These were the other 3. The other 3 I gave away. I kept them in this bag so that I can keep them together. And so when I want to carry this with me, I just drop the whole thing in my purse or in my pocket, take it all together. And mommy's bracelet that matches the pendant on my necklace. Some of y'all may recognize. Anyhow, so I had this in my purse that night, which I don't usually take a purse. It's more like a backpack or a wallet. And I look over to the side, and this is what I wrote in here last. Look over to the side, and this thing is sitting right next to my stuff. And I was like, I knew it. I knew it materialized. I knew it had materialized. So I had to write that. That's the most recent writing. And then I went and bought me a magical pencil because I wanted to dedicate a pencil to this. So in here we have certain things that are significant for me. You know, the keynote or the bingo that won everything. When I went to Soul Train Awards to do work, significant things, you know, when I went to the Castle on the Hill, my first class tickets, you know, all that stuff. So I got little things in here. Oh, from the first retreat. Look, the first retreat in 2018. Look at that. So this is my little book of keepsakes. I'll write stuff down. Sometimes I'll just write down key points. And then I got guided to make it more like a scrapbook. And so these are all little magical things. And my plan was to fill this up. But look, before the other night, like, so I've gotten so bad at it that I didn't write very often. So before I taped some stuff in here. But the last time I wrote in here was 2019, people, like, that's bad. That's bad. And so guys, like, keep your book close. So it's just a giant book. So that's coming up as something, a suggestion for some to keep a note of this date, because it makes your soul clap and you'll love looking back at it, is what I hear. So what guidance do you have for us overall today, please and thank you? Oh, here it is. Believe. You must have belief in yourself, in your abilities, in what you do, in the energy that's coming through for you. The bottom of the deck is multiply. I'm being told not to put it up on the table, but to put it over here. So you have, your cells have divided, you have increased, you have multiplied your capacity to believe. And they're showing me now, and just like your book, with time, your list of evidence has grown. And the reason that's why they're suggesting this book, that's why they suggested it to me, and now I'm suggesting it to you. Spirit's suggestion. So many suggestions. And I hear, and there are so many suggestions, but these ones are meant to build up your belief, to multiply the evidence of the fact that everything here is to benefit you, to bless you, to be uplifting to you, that you are loved, that you are supported, that you are appreciated, and that the universe is responding in a beautiful way to you. Okay. Wow, these cards feel so good in my hand. Okay, 3 more shuffles heard. I'm excited to see what story is going to come out of our tarot today and how that's going to play into these energies. Yesterday, the tarot story, I felt like it lent itself a little bit to these energies, but for the most part, I felt a lot of dissonance between the story yesterday and the main card. So let's see what we have for today, please, and thank you. Okay, you said to go ahead and get into it. So let's see what we have. Thank you. So thankful and grateful to deliver the download for today. Thank you. Okay, first card out. The Strength card. This is a Leo energy. You are both the beauty and the beast. Okay. You're very confident. There's a lot of confidence in this. Confident enough to step up to this lion and shut its mouth. That's what she's doing. She's shutting the mouth of the lion. So this is a card that indicates self-control and self-mastery. That's what this indicates. Control and mastery of the emotions, the responses, the reactions, because a lion could be a very deadly creature. It also indicates peace of mind. I'm getting peace of mind off of this image. Okay. So let's see what else we have. So Strength card, somebody here with the strong Leo placement. Let's see what's covering this energy. Thank you. The Eye of Love is the 6 of Cups. Okay. So while you're in this strength, you or someone around you is seeking return. I feel like you are holding off for true, pure connection and friendship. You want true companionship, and that's what you have with yourself. So you say, since I have it with myself, I can have it with the others. I can have it with another. If you boys are going to be in here, you're going to sit down and behave. My room is not a place for playing around like that. Y'all can chill out. And when you're grown and you're watching my show and you're hearing how I have to stop doing my reading to turn around and tell you to chill out, you're going to remember this day. All right. 6 because somebody wants to go back home. I hear somebody wants to go back home. Is this you wanting to return somewhere, or is somebody wanting to return to you? Let's see what we have. Do you see bodies flying by? Okay, what's below? What's below? Show me more about this. Make it clear. Thank you. Page of Swords. A text message, a phone call, a question being asked. I'm here, but this is not the response. This is the question. So this is a message that's incoming. I hear somebody didn't get the message or somebody doesn't like the message that they're getting. Somebody either hasn't gotten the message or doesn't like the message that they're getting. It's not, perhaps it's not the one that they wanted. Somebody wants to come back and perhaps they're not being given the go. Okay, let's see. What is in behind this situation? What's in the past in this situation, please? Please show me. Thank you. The Hierophant. Oh. Somebody either got married or was promised commitment or became committed. Big commitment energy here. I'm going to read this a couple of ways. They're saying also here somebody is excited to go back home because you've been away to college. You've been busy studying all this time, learning, hitting their books, getting that degree together, and you're excited to go back home in June. So a very lightweight, everyday. Somebody's making their travel plans for June. You're looking up airline tickets or mode of travel. Maybe somebody's going to get a whole U-Haul. I just saw U-Haul and travel by land. Going home in June. I hear you've been away at college for a while and you're so ready to go back home. You miss home. I hear you would love to go to college at home, but of course what you want to study is specialized far away from home. So let's see what's above you. Somebody here was in a commitment and somebody is exercising control for themselves to overcome their own bad habits and repetitive patterns in relationships. And part of that involves restraint from disconnection. But the other party doesn't understand that and they want to return. They don't feel the same way you do. They want, baby, come back. Let's see what we have above you. Oh, the Five of Cups. So here's somebody who is saying goodbye and releasing themselves from this emotional attachment to something that was disappointing. There's some feeling here of, okay, I just got to release this. And they know that if they can release this situation and move forward, there'll be love in their future. But right now they're still in the phase of releasing this. For somebody, there was a marriage here. And so whether it's a separation or a divorce, which I don't see divorce in the cards, but for most, I feel like it's not even a legal marriage. It's more of a commitment energy, big commitment, where you thought you would see yourself being married to this person. What's unfolding here is rest, recuperation, the chill pill, prayer, meditation. I do feel like there's a strong spiritual connection with somebody who you're probably not seeing in the physical right now. I also feel like somebody's having some strong regrets that are having them rethink what has transpired. I hear somebody is having some strong regrets about what has transpired. Somebody had an opportunity with the Taurus, and this Taurus is now exercising self-restraint, and this is causing the other person to really think about going back and what had happened then and really process why is this Taurus restraining themselves from me or restraining me from them. Your best approach, High Priestess. Oh, you're keeping your mouth shut and you're keeping to yourself. You're not, I feel like you're not talking to this person. I feel like this person is dreaming about you. I feel like you're in peace. You're in peace. Somebody really wants you back, but you're completely in peace. You're unbothered. Somebody had you. They did not do according to now somebody. Okay, so I just had this whole conversation. Are you loving unconditionally right now? I said, well, actually, I am loving unconditionally, because for me to love unconditionally means doesn't matter where you're at, who you're with, what you're doing, how you're living, how you're acting, nothing. I still love you. And the only way I can do that is if you're not in my presence. See, my love comes without conditions, but my presence has conditions. My presence has conditions. You say, I'll keep to myself, because what I've seen is, it's best for me that way. So you're doing what's best for you in that way by remembering the conditions for your presence. And somebody would tell you, well, if you can't be around me, then how can you say you love me? Well, first off, why don't they understand that if they really loved you, then they wouldn't have violated the conditions of your presence in the first place? And second off, you're not going to hear that shit anyways. And if you see it, you're not going to respond, because for somebody that's coming in through a text message, you're keeping to yourself. You are the high priestess. The high priestess doesn't go for nothing. There's a whole team of people that caters to her. All her job is to do is sit there and be that spiritual source of information and deliver the message. That's what she's supposed to do. And she doesn't tell everything. She delivers the message she needs to deliver. Some of you are a Virgo. Somebody is a Taurus, and there's a Virgo, a sibling or family member who is thinking about the time in the past, what it was in the past. And, they're really thinking about what has transpired. I feel like there was a big fallout, if this is you, between you and this Virgo, or you and this Taurus or Leo even. I feel that somebody here is finally seeing things from a more, a pure perspective. I hear a pure perspective. Okay, thank you. Somebody is finally being able to see their own actions or behaviors from another point of view somehow. I feel like somebody's living the other side of the scales. I don't have justice here, but I feel, and I don't have but I feel like somebody's living the other side of the scales. Let me see what's going on with this persistency. They don't want to give up. I don't want to give you up. Never going to give you up. Never going to let you down. Always going to be around. Look. The thing is, you might want to always be around, but the thing of it is, what this person say, they always gonna be around. They always gonna want to come back. They dreaming about you, cause I'm dreaming of you. Oh, can't even sing it for them. Of you tonight till tomorrow, I'll be holding you tight. And it's like, no, I'm keeping to myself right now. That's what somebody said. I'm keeping to myself right now. And this, again, doesn't have to be romantic. This could be a family member, too. I'm picking that up. Like a sibling. These are siblings, right? A bigger sibling that took care of their little sibling. Oh, sis, you want some ice cream? Here, I have some ice cream for you. Somebody brought their little sister an ice cream. Somebody's having the memories of when their big sister brought them the ice cream. Whatever. Let's see what's the, and I did just say whatever in a very nonchalant, unaffected and unbothered way. And what you really want, the Fool. You don't want this attachment. Yeah, that's why you're pulling back. That's why you're not talking. You're not communicating. You're done. If they haven't picked up on the fact that you're done, they will eventually, because you're not responding. You're not communicating. You're not going there. You're in peace. You're resting in peace. You're letting this thing go away. You say eventually it'll wash down river. Eventually it'll go away, even though you're still getting texts or whatever from them. Phone call, whatever. Let's see what's the outcome energy here. The King of Cups. Oh, look at you being an emotional master. You're being an emotional master here. So let's look at what is the purpose of all this. I want to look at the purpose. And I'm going to do it in this 4-card spread to look at the purpose of this whole situation. I need more space. Hold on. I need more space, and I like the cards to look organized. I am a touch OCD with my cards. Just a little touch, not a whole lot of touch. Just a little touch, people. I like the cards organized. Okay, here we go. Until I want them chaotic. Funny, you got jokes. Okay. What you both know about the purpose of this connection. What is obvious to both of you about the purpose of this connection? Let's see. What is obvious to both parties about the purpose of this connection? long-term commitment, family values, long-term wealth and gains. Let's see what you know that this person doesn't know about the purpose of this connection. Let's see what else we have. What you know that they don't know about this purpose of this connection is what? What does my viewer know that the other party is unaware of regarding this connection? Oh, the star. This is you stepping into your destiny. This is healing, and this is about you maintaining hope. In other words, for you, this connection was about the belief that what you want is real. And so when you think that this might be it, you give it a shot, you go for it. But at the same point, whatever this is causing you to withdraw, right? Withdrawal is very fated and destined. Now they're saying, and once I'm finished with this, they're telling me to go back and read it based off of this initial energy that we had. Because again, these tarot cards are reading a whole different story from all that we got initially. So they're saying, go back and read it again with the same cards. I'm like, okay. But before we do that, let's finish this spread and let's see what the other person is aware of that you are not in regards to this purpose of this connection. Excuse me. What is this other person? That incense is, I'm going to have to put it in a different place next time. Okay. What is the other person aware of? What do they know that you don't know about the purpose of this connection? The 10 of Wands. Wow. They know they're bringing a whole lot of burdens to it. Wow. I feel like this person knows that they're bringing a lot of burdens. I feel like they're sensing that it's over. They can feel that you're detaching and that you're blocking them. Okay, what source knows that neither of you has realized up until now about the purpose of this connection? In other words, the true purpose of this connection, according to source's perspective, that one or both of you may be unaware of at this time. What do we have? Wow, the 10 of Swords. Okay, so as far as the connection with an individual, this story up until now, it seems that this big thing was about following your spiritual authority, following that download you got to release and let go of something for emotional mastery. The point of it was to end it. We have 3 10s here in this whole thing. And you know that was fated. So it's like, this is like a person that comes into your life so that you can leave them because of your standards, your boundaries, your value, your worth. Now, let's look at this in regards to this whole soul clap and sharing. Something very important has happened where a situation has come under control. It has to do with childhood. So again, parent and child. So for someone, a parent and child are mending a relationship. They're having a very important conversation because they've realized some important life lessons. So they're discussing at the table, I feel like possibly over breakfast, since Quentin said that they were having pancakes together. Releasing, so is it getting these feelings out. Getting these feelings out so that there can be a truce. There's a card, I think it's the Thoth deck, which I don't even own yet, calls this truce. Okay. You know a lot and you knew a lot. This child of yours is persistent to learn what you have learned. And basically what you're teaching them is how to trust and not to allow themselves to be too concerned with what their physical eyes see. This is helping them to get into a place of emotional mastery because they were too focused on what was in front of them that they were missing the energy that brought what was in front of them to their vision. Okay. This whole situation is definitely involving a family and ending of old ideas. I feel like one of you felt very much like you were, I feel like the child felt like they were bringing too much. They had a lot going on and they didn't know how to do it. And so here you're helping to restore hope within this child of yours by helping them lay to rest this idea. And I feel like the idea that's being laid to rest is that it's their responsibility to make everybody happy. And it's like you're sitting with your kid and you're saying, no, honey, you're not going to be able to make everybody happy. Don't worry about what they think about you. And don't worry about what it looks like out there. Worry about what it looks like inside. So I get all of that out of these cards. This is what I have for the general. What's at the bottom of the deck right now? The Six of Swords. So getting out of problems, getting out of the storm, getting out of the fight, the struggle, the battle, moving into peaceful waters, moving into a place of calm, of peace. I feel like I need more cards. Oh, okay, thank you. I was guided to the wisdom of the oracle. So let me pull this deck out and see what we have here. And then I'll be checking my phone after this. So if you wanted your personal mini reading today, follow the directions below the video and what Septina has put in the comments for you. Let's clarify this reading, please, for my viewers. Using this deck, please clarify this reading. Give some more information. Let's dig a little deeper and get some confirmation. All right. So why is this Strength card here as the way my viewers presenting themselves? I feel like you are the one who's taking control in this situation, this card. Treasure Island, because you know that you're recognizing your value and your worth. And if it means that you got to be alone, you're okay with that because you are the treasure. You've found your value, your worth. You're honoring that. You're respecting that. And carrying forward in recognition of your value and your worth with Treasure Island. Wrapping up old things. This Treasure Island is card number 9. So I see wrapping things up. You're actually, what you don't know, I'm hearing what you don't know is you are wrapping things up in some, and you have to take control and move things forward, because if you don't close these situations out, you know that there's this, it's like your inner wisdom knows that there's this time frame that this must be done within. And this time frame that it must be done within is for you to move forward with your value, with your wealth. So I'll even get the energy here of, if you kept giving too much more to this situation, you're to end up with your accounts depleted. Why is the Six of Cups here for my viewers today, please and thank you? Co-create. So you're recognizing your responsibility and your fault in this. You're not sitting up here with the blame game saying, well, you did this, you did that, it's your fault. No, you're not doing that way about this situation. 4 and 0. 4 is a heart chakra. You know that a lot of what you did was motivated because of love and because you believe in infinite potential. So you allowed this situation to get to this point because you were a co-creator of it. But you're at this point where you're ready to honor your value and your worth and take control in this situation here in honor and respect of your value and your worth. Okay. Let's see, why is this Page of Swords here below, please? What is this Page of Swords below? Why is this here? We were talking about a phone call, text message, a DM, something like that. Let's see, why is this Page of Swords here below? Let's clarify this Page of Swords below. We have 2 cards flipped over. Deep knowing and exchanging gifts, okay? Deep knowing and exchanging gifts. So Page of Swords, somebody's asking for something, and you know damn well that even if they're not asking for it up front, eventually that's what they're going to get to, is asking for something, exchanging gifts. And I also feel like in this conversation, where that's not applicable to you, I feel like in this conversation, you're not, especially as it pertains to this message here, within this conversation of your self-value and this conversation here, where you're co-creating a situation where you're working together from your experience, your child's experience, you're coming together to build something better for somebody else. Where we're talking about the situation where the person comes into your life for you to walk away. You know that this person is looking for your value because you are this magical creature. And I know that that's a cat there, but I'm getting in there just a squirrel trying to get a nut. So in other words, they just want something that you have to offer. They want your resource, your assets, and you know it. And so let's see, what is this Hierophant here in the recent past? Please clarify the Hierophant in the recent past. What is this Hierophant here in the recent past? Recent past energy, we have a change in the one. Yeah, your spiritual awakening, your new truths, the spiritual authority within you is changing the way you respond to things, the way you interact with different ones. And you're coming at a place of balance. You're coming from a place of balance. And notice the zebra. And we have zebra on the table. The black, the white, you see it all. So you're seeing things and you know that it's time to let certain things go from your life. Again, in this connection, it could be the connection itself or responsibility, feelings of responsibility over it. And for this mother and child who are having this meal together, I feel like there's a knowing that, you know, there was some things that were very important at one point in time, but now you're realizing they've lost their value. It's important to let them go. So I feel like this Five of Cups is that mental process of doing that, just that. But why is this Five of Cups here? Please clarify. Thank you. We have peace, milk and honey, and the fates. Wow. Yeah. The change is happening, although it may be difficult shift or you're in a difficult point of it. You know that there's great promise there with the land of milk and honey showing up. You know that this is fate. The fate brought you the situation as it stands, but it is your destiny that you're choosing to walk into, which is why you will walk away from it, release it, and go on to your land of milk and honey. I am still recording. What do you need?
This is not sharing Jill's tablet.
Okay, well, it's not yours, so come sit down and do something else, or whatever you do. Don't interrupt me while I'm live. Princeton, behave. There's no reason you can't share. Now I'm being interrupted during my live show again, and I don't appreciate it. The Four of Swords. I'm taking it from both of you if I have to. The Four of Swords. Clarify why this Four of Swords are here and what's unfolding. Please and thank you. Why is this Four of Swords here and what's unfolding? The Four of Swords and what's unfolding. You have blessed. I told you. You're going to go get your land of milk and honey. You're going to go get your blessings. You're sitting up here just thinking about how you're blessed. You're having dreams about your blessings. You done seen visions of how your blessings are working. Yeah, you're very blessed. And now they're showing me a dream I had a long time ago. In this dream, I had this apartment that I was living in, and I had all of a sudden at the doorbell, somebody brought me, there was all these people. They were dark-skinned people, which now they're showing me was ancestor energy. And they came through my house, and everything that I had, they replaced it with something new and more beautiful. And they came through, and it was a whole team of them. They came through, and they shifted everything in my house. So the same photos were there, but the photo frames were brand new and way fancier and more beautiful. They replaced everything in my home. They just came through and just like brought in the new, took out the old, and they brought me 2 very long stem dozens of roses. One was pink and the other was red. So there's that. In other words, somebody had a dream, and in whatever way your dream came, the dark-skinned people are not just black people, folks. When you see black people in your dreams, what spirit told me is it's ancestor energy coming in. Your ancestors are coming in. They've showed me that a few different occasions. When you see black people in your dream, these are the ancestors. Or at least that's for me. Maybe that doesn't apply to you, but some of you will resonate with that. Okay, why is this High Priestess here, please? In our course of action, you're saying in receptive mode. While you're, I'm hearing between this mother and daughter, you're listening very intently to what they have to say. Very intently to what they have to say. Unfinished symphony. You say, I'll always keep my ears open and listen to what you have to say. And I hear your child has got to get it. I just got to get this out. There's something I just have to say. I just got to get this out. 7 of Wands. Why is the 7 of Wands here in your environment? Clarify the 7 of Wands. Your child is very persistent. Maybe they're talking to you about some of the challenges they've had and moving forward in their plan. That's what I hear. Let's see what we have. Time for a nap and to the sea. Yeah, somebody is being very persistent here, feeling in your environment like they need to press forward, but Spirit is saying they're very emotional right now, and what they really need is to just take a minute to chill out. They need to give themselves a bit of a break. I hear they're being very hard on themselves. They're being very hard on themselves. They're very demanding on themselves. Okay, why is a Fool here in your innermost emotions about this? And I hear trust. You've got to trust. And it's chop wood, doing the work. Your job is to trust. Your job is to stay focused upon the vision and knowing you're blessed. And could be what you're telling your child, right? And let the universe bring everything together on your behalf. Let me see, why is this King of Cups here in our outcome energy for our final clarifier that we're going to do today? Thank you, thank you, thank you. We have message in a bottle. So you know when to speak, you know when not to speak. Your message is delivered in a way that it must be received. And some of what you've said will only be received after it's been sitting for a while within their consciousness, I hear, okay? So they heard it from your physical mouth, but their spiritual ears won't accept it, and it won't hit their frontal lobe until it's marinated for a while, is what I hear. Why? And that could be the whole conversation is about why. Why did things have to be this way? Why did this happen in my life? Why did that happen? And why is it this way? Stuff like that. So I feel like you and your child could be having deep conversation about some of the deeper things of life and some of the things that have transpired. For some of you, it definitely has to do with endings. For some of you, it has to do with death. Oh, God, look at that. The death of the Aquarius. There's Aquarius energy, the 10 of Pentacles, the 10 of Wands, and the 10 of Swords. All these 3 tens are endings. Endings in the physical, ending of action, and ending of ideas and communication. So, wow, intense little reading there. For me, I hope that reading, I trust that it'll do what it's supposed to do for you too. Let's see what we have. Today I have a donation from Kat. Give me 1 second. So let's get some messages from Kat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull these up. Kat, if you have a specific question or subject, can you please put it in the comments for me? And for anybody else who is sending their donations in, please put your comments, your questions into the box. And I will address them. Yeah. It'll make it easier for me. So put your comment, your question, your subject matter, or if you just want me to pull whatever in the comments. I'm about to check that out right now. I'm making room to read these cards for you. All right. And then I'll see what deck I'm supposed to use for you, because I feel like I'm going to be grabbing another deck. Kat, you dreamed about me, huh, darling? I'm looking at your comments now. It's saying you dreamed about me. That's cool. That's really cool. You'll have to tell me more about that. Let me see. So what do you want me to read about for you today? And what deck do you want me to use for Kat? Okay. If you don't put a question, if you don't have a question, what I'm seeing for you, Kat, is to give you a card from the Wild Unknown Archetypes deck. A personal card from the Wild Unknown Archetypes decks. Wow, what a treat. This deck is freaking awesome. I love this deck. It's so unique and it's so packed with information. So if you have a question, still put it up, but I'm going to, this is where I'm supposed to get your card from. Okay. Let's see what we have for Kat. I'll leave that there because we'll be using that. All right. Listeners, God, channeling angels, ancestors, and guides for Kat. What's the most important message for her right now? She does not have a question. So please guide my beautiful Kat at this time. All right. They're saying to shuffle 3 times this way. So we'll do that. And then let's see, what do we have for Kat, please? And thank you for guiding Kat. Thank you for guiding Kat at this time, please, and thank you. Thank you for guiding Kat at this time, please, and thank you. What guidance do you have for Kat? Okay. You have Eros. Ooh. So look at that. Eros is erotic love, sensual love. There's a kiss and there's a diamond in the center. I'm excited to see what the book has to say to you about this. I'm just looking at this image for a moment. One thing that's coming to me while I'm looking at this image is you, what I'm getting is you have a diamond caught up in your lips, in your mouth. In other words, there's something very valuable that you could speak out for yourself, but you're keeping it there. You're not letting it go. So I don't know what that means, but let's read what the book says. This is card number 71. So I'm getting that there's some sort of significance to the number 71. It has something to do with an address, a birth year, something about 71. Eros, okay. Love as desire, eroticism, sensuality. Though Eros can be depicted as unbridled sexuality and eroticism, a more contemplative understanding of this archetypal energy leads us to the root of desire itself. What do we long for? Why are we awakened by love? What makes us hesitate in the face of intimacy? Eros reconnects us with the primal longing to merge with another human being. Nature, music, art, plants, food, or anything that we perceive we are separate from. Eros allows us to momentarily unite. Our heart embraces otherness, and in doing so, we further understand our own. Our life force awakens. This card reveals an inevitable initiation into love's labyrinth. You may find yourself swirling in a new territory of desire and sensuality. Explore the labyrinth with a curious and honest heart, and remember, though the way is circuitous, you are always being led toward its center. The Hindu goddess Lalita, which means she who plays, can help activate Eros energy. She is also known as Kameshvari, Empress of Desire. Plato reminds us that Eros can be experienced as platonic love. It is activated when we witness beauty and truth in the world, when our barriers soften. So when light, passion, playfulness, sexual health, when dark, madness, projection, obsession, okay? So there's this card is coming out for you to say that there are things that you desire. It's important for you to play with your desires, play with love, and more importantly, get in tune with why is this my desire? What am I truly desiring in this? And then from it, connect to what is that desire in you truly, because it's about understanding the self through the other. So they're saying, you've been in some different cycles What was it that you were truly craving from those individuals? What were you looking from those connections? What were you looking to gain from those connections? What did you think was going to be filled through them? And that's the work that's being presented to you now. Even when we connect to somebody in a sexual way, where is that desire coming from, and why do we have this desire for them? I also feel this too is something that I believe that when we have a strong sexual attraction to something or someone, and I say something because they mentioned music and art and stuff like that and nature, that there is something there for a healing, for what our awareness is craving to create wholeness. It doesn't always mean it's going to be easy. That's why some of the most satisfying sexual connections are the most emotionally chaotic, because they trigger stuff within us. So I feel like there's a craving for something that you desire. If you go into it, you'll be touched into some more aspects of yourself where there's been some fragmenting. In other words, trying to put yourself together, and through an experience that's going to show you something, through getting something that you really want, right, that is going to teach you more about yourself. So it's like they're showing me, I have a relationship that I crave very much. And in that relationship, yeah, the sex is great. And there was a lot of love there that flowed. But there was so much lessons about myself, because through the whole thing, like the person that I was craving triggered the fuck out of me. And I had to deal with myself and meet my shadow. So this is like the desires you have. There's something you want. But in going for that, you're going to meet part of who you are and what you've been denying yourself. What you've been denying about yourself, I hear. I also hear you have some very important things to say. Again, they're showing me the diamond in your lips is still in your lips. It's like diamonds cut glass. So I feel like you have some very important things that you need to say that you're keeping your lips shut about, because you don't want to cut anybody with your words like a diamond does. But honey, if they're cut by it, it's not because it's because there was something there underneath that needs to come out. What they're showing me is a really bad infection. It needs to be released. It needs to come out. They're showing me pus. They're showing me the doctors, the dermatologists that do extractions on skin. If there's a really bad contaminant in the skin and it's grown to a specific size or whatever, it can't be removed from a pore. They actually have to cut to get it out. So there's something here about your words cutting in order to remove some falseness that's there, some ugly truth that needs to be spoke on, and you're concealing it. I feel like you're holding back. So I hope that I trust that message helps. And that's what I have for you at this time. Until next time, I want to thank you all for being tuned in, tapped in, turned on. Until next time, sending you so much love and peace and happiness. Kamsahamnida. Gracias. Later, baby.